Hey YouTube, so I just randomly decided to make this video because I have been watching a lot of videos on the topic, and I thought, why not, add to it. I see a lot of videos of older males that are joining the military, but not a lot about older females. So sorry. I decided to make this video. And specifically, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about my MEPS experience with taking the ASVAB and also the physical exam. So I did the two over the course of 2 days this past week. I am 34. I am joining the Army National Guard. So that's what branch I'm doing. My experience with the ASVAB, I took a practice test. I scored a 73. And then my recruiter, he pretty much was confident in me that I could take the ASVAB, and I didn't need much practice. So I didn't wait. I didn't practice that much for that much time. I didn't wait to take the test. I just went and took it. So I arrived to MEPS around, I want to say 12:30. One of my recruiters, another recruiter in the office, took me there with two other people because we are in the time of COVID. For whoever's watching this video, the first thing they did before they even let us through the doors was take our temperature, and I almost didn't make it in because my temperature was a little suspect. They had to take it a couple times, but but it was good. I think it was because I actually had my mask on the whole ride there while I was in a car, which is, I mean, the right thing to do because I'm in a car with somebody who, a recruiter who's not my immediate family. I don't live in the same house as this person, so I should, I did the right thing, but still, I feel like it made my mouth and just warm in general. And they didn't do a forehead temperature; they did under the tongue. So one thing to note, and this may be beneficial also. I went to the Baltimore MEPS. I'm sorry, the Baltimore MEP, and MEPS. Yeah, it is MEPS. Was the one in the Baltimore one, and it's at Fort Meade. So like I said, they took our temperature. I was told that we could not have any jewelry on, so they made us take off all of our jewelry. It is right now, it's December, so it's freezing outside. So they did not allow us to wear our jackets. We had to take our jackets off. And the recruiter that brought me there also had me take off. I had a jacket and a hoodie. He had me take off my hoodie, so I literally was in a t-shirt. But I don't know why he told me to do that. Maybe because he didn't want me to have any issues when I was testing, because they don't want you to appear like you have on any type of clothing where you can hide. Okay, I would say my AirPods are connected. Just a second, guys. Okay, so I'm back. I don't know what's going on. It started saying that my AirPods were connected. I'm not sure why. I hope this is picking up the audio. But anyways, so they don't want you to have on any clothing like jackets and stuff like that where you can hide, I guess, any information to cheat on the test or anything like that. So when I got there, we went to go see, each branch of the military has a liaison office there. So we went to the liaison office first. And the recruiter talked to them, I guess, to let them know we were here and get us checked in, et cetera, et cetera. Then you have to actually go to the front desk to check in, and that's where they record your fingerprint, and you will use that fingerprint to get around the entire building. So anytime you check in anywhere in that building, they're gonna have you do your fingerprint. They did both of my pointer fingers. So they recorded that. And when you go, you have to have your ID and your social security card. You need both of those things to go. So I stood in line. It was actually a group of shippers shipping out, so I had to wait for them to get finished checking out. And then I went around the back, the side of the building inside to take the actual exam. When you first go in, like I said, they scan that fingerprint again. There's a room that I had to stop in. I don't remember exactly what she asked me. I think she asked me like what branch I was joining. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But they have this binder, and you have to read the instructions on the binder. It's about the test, the rules, etc. And so at this point, it's like close to 1:30, because I remember the liaison that was there for my branch telling me like you should be back by 3:30. I mean, that's not like saying that we had to, but she was just kind of giving us an idea how long it probably would take us. So after we stopped in after we went to the front desk, we stopped in this little like office before you get to the testing room. Then I finally went in the testing room, fingerprint scanned again. There they confirmed whether I was going to be, so apparent when you go, you can do the test one day, take the shuttle to a hotel. They'll put you on a shuttle and put you in a hotel for the night and come back and do the physical the next day. So that's when I went in to check in for the actual exam in the exam room, she asked me, am I staying the night? I told her yes. And now I know that at that point she had printed out a name badge for me for the next day. I didn't know what it was at the time. And so I did have a sticker on for that day. So everybody that's there has, if they're a recruit, they all have on a sticker with their name and their branch that they're applying to. So sat down to take the test. They don't have any screens up. They just have like the actual computer hard drives separating everyone. At first they had us every other computer, obviously due to COVID, but once the room filled up, the whole room was filled. So the proctor will come over, they will set the test up for you. It will give you instructions before you start. I think there's like 8 parts. There's like arithmetic or math reasoning. There's a reading comprehension. I think it's a vocabulary, a shop section, an auto section, a mechanical section, a science section, and like a building section, like building objects. But you can look that up on, you can Google that. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a lot of sections. It is timed, so you only get a certain amount of time for each section. They do give you a practice question before each section. And then, so it's in your best interest to try and answer all of the questions, because you will have the best chance of getting as many right if you answer all of them than if you don't answer all of them. So if you get to a question, that's a little difficult, don't get hung up on it and take a long time trying to answer it. I know one math question, like because I know how to do the math, and sometimes because I'm 34, I wasn't in high school. I haven't done like a math class in I don't know how many years now. So I can figure out the answers, because some of the math is like, you're multiplying fractions or you're multiplying decimals or whatever the case may be. I can figure it out, but it may take me a little bit of time. And I'm like, these are the sections, like the math sections and the read and the vocab sections. Those are the sections that I know I need the points in, because that other stuff, shop, mechanical, all that other stuff, I don't know none of that stuff. So I'm like, this is the stuff I need to spend my time on. And this is what I need to get right. So on that particular section, in the math section, I was saying I spent too much time on one question, and the computer, like a screen popped up saying, looks like you're having trouble with this problem. Please raise your hand for a proctor. So, I mean, luckily at that point I had figured out the answer. But I did have to raise my hand and get a proctor to come and put their passcode in for the screen to go back to the test. So, I mean, they didn't say anything to me or make a big deal. They just came, put their code in, and let me keep going. But that does happen, so don't be alarmed. So yeah, if you need any help at any point, there is a help button on the computer on the screen, and you also will just raise your hand. So yeah. I finished all the sections. Like I said, I totally bombed like the shop, mechanical, science, like at least I feel like I bombed it. I mean, but anyways, so you take the exam, then after that there's a personality test. It's like I think 176 questions. You do that, and then after that, a survey loads. So those are the 3 different parts that you do. Once you're finished, they will send you back to your liaison. So once I got done, they sent me back to my liaison. And then from there, I literally just, I think it was close to 3:30, if not already 3:30. And I literally just waited from 3:30 to like a little after 6. I think when we were pulling off the base in the shuttle, I looked at my phone and it was 6:23. Oh, the other thing, you cannot have your phone in there. So when you first come in, like I said, they make you take off all your jewelry, your jacket, and there's like a little room. It is video under video surveillance, but there's a room with like cubbies around all the walls, and you have to put your stuff in the cubby, including your cell phone. You are not allowed to have your cell phone out. And the cell phone, I don't know if it's the roof on the building or they got some signal blockers or what the case is going on, but the cell phone doesn't even work. So it's pointless to take it out because you don't get no service in that building. So yeah, you cannot have your cell phone at all. So I was sitting there for almost 3 hours, no cell phone, bored out of my mind, freezing, until I actually asked the liaison, like, can I get my hoodie because I was cold. And I don't like to be cold. And I'm surprised that I was really able to focus because when I'm cold, I can't think, I can't do anything. So I was waiting for like 3 hours for the shuttle to come get us. And one thing that my liaison told me, and this day, it was actually about to be a snow day the next day. So they weren't sure. It was like, I heard people talking like the building might be closed, it might be a delay, might be this, might be that. So my liaison, or they might close down early. She was like, you need to make sure you the first one on the bus, the first, you not messing around in the morning, because if they shut down, you want to make sure you're able to get your physical done. Make sure you drink water so you can go to the bathroom, etc., because they do take a urine sample. So, yeah, so we got on shuttle, took us to the hotel. It was a nice hotel. I think it was in the Hilton family. Yeah, it was in the Hilton family. When you get there, they have you line up. I'm assuming this is hotel staff. They assign you to a room. And at this point, because like I said, it's COVID, I was supposed to be issued a wristband when they took my temperature, which I did not get. And it was me and one other person that did not get the wristband. So they kind of made a little stink about that. But they let us stay. Obviously, my name was on the list and I got off the shuttle, so they let us stay. They keep the males and the females separated, so the females on one side of the hotel, the males on the other side. I did get my own room, but I think I heard someone say that they don't typically do that, but they've been doing it because it's COVID. So I was happy about that. Got my own room. They did, like I said, they fed us dinner and breakfast the next morning. The dinner options was like a chef salad. That's what I got. A chicken sandwich and one other thing. It might have been like a burger or something. So you choose what you want. They give you a piece of paper. You check off what you want, and you check off the time that you want them to prepare your dinner. I think the kitchen, I'm not even gonna lie and tell you what time the kitchen opened to, because I don't remember. But you do have to get them 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes to prepare the meal. So as soon as I got there, I put mine in. The room was comfortable, 2 beds, regular hotel bathroom, whatever, nothing special, but it wasn't like a side road motel that you would be like questionable to stay in. So it was cool. If you stay at the hotel at the Baltimore MEPS, you do have to get up the next morning and be in the lobby by 4:45 a.m. So be prepared for that. Yeah. So they do give you a wake up call at 4:15. I think I might have been in a shower at that time, so because I do not remember getting a wake up call. Or I could have just been really tired and just don't remember. But no, I don't remember getting it, and I know for a fact I was in the shower at 4:15. So they probably did call, and I was in the shower. So the next morning I got up, was in the lobby by 4:45. They fed us breakfast, like I said. It was a breakfast sandwich, orange juice, water, and fruit. I think oranges, apples. This particular hotel did have a little convenience market area that stays open all night. So that was also good. They also said that you could order food, but you could not leave the hotel without notifying the staff. They ask that you do not bring any guests in your room, so don't be thinking you can have your boo coming and come see you and nothing like that, or your kids or whoever. No, it's just you allowed in the room only. You are not allowed to drink alcohol overnight. They said they was gonna give us a breathalyzer. I think they was trying to scare us, but they do take a urine sample the next day, so they will know if you had anything in your system, which would be really stupid anyway, because like, why would you drink or do any drugs? Whatever, don't do it. So had breakfast, got back on the shuttle. They brought us back to base. Obviously took our temperature again. So I drank a lot of water because the liaison told me to make sure my bladder is full when I get back in the morning so that I can use the bathroom. Mind you, we get back to the base 5:30 in the morning. When we got there after they took our temperature and we had to check in, like I told you, got check in the fingerprint. We sat in this briefing room for I don't know how long. It was a long time though. It was at least an hour. So after that, they took us back to the actual medical area and they started processing us. And I will say this, I will commend them. I don't know if it was just because they was trying to get out of here early for that snow came, but they definitely had us like going through the stations quickly. So it wasn't a long process. You do have to fill out some paperwork while you're back there. The first thing we did was the hearing station, and so you actually sit in this booth. I think it's like 6 stations in there, and you put on the headphones, and they give you a little clicker. And whichever side you hear sound in, it could be a beep, it could be a pulsing noise, it could be a high pitched noise. You click the clicker. Then we did the vision test. That's like a traditional vision test. If you ever had your eyes checked before, you read the smallest line on the board or wherever they have you look, and then they look into the back of your eyes with that machine. So we did that. After that, we went back into the briefing room that was in the medical area. That's where we filled out our paperwork. They're going to ask you about your alcohol and drug usage. You cannot be HIV positive and join the military. That's something that I learned while I was there. Trying to think anything else that was on those forms. They take your blood pressure, obviously. Then, by this time, it was like, I don't even know what time it was, but it had been hours, and I had to use the restroom ever since we got back to the base at 5:30. So my bladder was literally about to explode. So I had to tell them, like, I got to go. Y'all gonna have to take this urine now or never. Something to know though, if you are unable to pee, you have 72 hours to come back and try and use the bathroom. If you don't, I think they said you can't come back for 60 days or something like that. Like, it's a waiting period after that. You just can't think you just going to come back when you're ready. So it's best to use the bathroom. They will allow you to drink water if you can't go and stuff like that, but it's best to go so you don't have to come back. And I mean, the amount of time that you sit and wait, and like, you do not want to go through this process all over again. So use the bathroom. Now when you're using the bathroom, they're gonna watch you, and that's something that you're gonna have to get used to in the military, because when you go to basic training, y'all all gonna be naked seeing each other. Like, so, and when they test you, you get your urine sample again, you know, because you're going to get drug tested in the military periodically, or however frequently they do it. It's going to be somebody watching you, which is different from, because I'm a federal employee and we do get drug tested randomly, but nobody does not watch us test. Nobody watches us test. They do check the temperature of the urine to make sure that it came out of a warm body. But nobody comes in and watches us. Here, they watching you. So I don't care if you on your cycle, if you got a poop to pee, like whatever it is, and I'm sure they've seen it all. Like, you can't really do something that's gonna be like, oh my gosh, like they watch people pee every day, so it's not a big deal. They have like a little basket set up with like pads and tampons and panty liners in there that you can use if you need to. And they watch you pee, like, the whole time. Because, like, I had to go really bad. You know, when you have to go really bad, like, sometimes you go for a long time. So I filled up the cup, and I still had to go. And she was still sitting there watching, like, go do your thing. So after you do that, you fill up the cup, you take it over to the window. They have you verify, that the labels match, that it's your social security number on there, et cetera, so that you can't come back and say, hey, that wasn't my pee, they tested positive for X, Y, and Z. So they do that. After that, I had my blood taken. They take your blood, they take one tube of blood. And they did stress while we were there that if you get dizzy or you're prone to faint from seeing blood or having your blood taken, that you please let them know. It's not a disqualification. You're not going to be disqualified, but you do need to let them know. I didn't see anybody that had any issues with blood when I was in there. Then after that, you actually go to see the doctor. Now you go in this room and you got to get dressed down to your panties and bra in front of every other female that's in that room who is also a recruit. It was only 4 of us there, 4 females there that morning that were going through the physical. So all 4 of us had to get undressed. We got weighed, and they took our height and our panties and bra in front of everybody in the room. So you're going to get a little friendly with the other recruits that's there with you that day. So be prepared. And it is what it is. I mean, y'all all in the same situation. And it gets a little bit more worse to me. So make sure you got your good stuff on, your good drawers, no holes in your drawers. No, look, y'all know what to wear. So, but you can't wear like no thongs, your Victoria's Secret lacy drawers. Like, they don't do all that. And in general, you cannot wear that kind of stuff in there. So get you some regular cotton briefs or boy shorts or whatever. I had on boy shorts, hipsters, whatever. But you cannot wear no thong or no like super sexy revealing type of underwear. And in general, in there, you can't wear no tube tops, anything that's mid-dress, anything that's going to show your stomach or anything, ripped jeans. Like, you can't do none of that. So just dress business casual. The first day I had on like a, I don't want to call it a sweatsuit because it wasn't like the swishy material, but like the sweatpants and a hoodie that was matching. So you can wear sweats. And then the second day I wore jeans. I had on Uggs both days. And you are going to be walking around there with no socks on. Like, you got to take your socks and your shoes off. So be prepared for that, because I know some people don't like walking on public floors because, it's dirty. But be prepared for that. And their room was cold, but they were gracious enough to put some heaters in there for us. So we had 2 like little space heaters back there with us. and you sitting there and you cold and you waiting for the doctor. The doctor only can see one person at a time. So when you go back to the doctor, it's just in like the small exam room. She got a table. She got her desk set up. She goes over all of the medical stuff that they did already. She told me that my heartbeat was low. I think when they took my blood pressure, so she tested my heart rate again. Well, monitored it, observed it for a minute, and that when she did it, she said it was good. She is going to ask you, go over any questions, if you've had any surgeries or any like criminal history type things, anything in criminal background, anything medical. She gonna ask you about it, and if you indicated it on your application, she gonna ask you about it. And you need to talk to your recruiter to find out if you need to bring any kind of documentation for any of those things. She is going to have you stand up. Well, I'm saying she because it's a female doctor. For the females, you can request a oh Lord, why is the word escaping me? You can request a chaperone. Even with a female doctor, for a female, you can request a chaperone. I did not request a chaperone. I mean, like I said, I'm 34. I done been through medical exams, pap smears yearly. Like, it doesn't really bother me. So she's going to have you stand up, and she's going to look all over your body. So if you had a surgery and you trying to hide it because you think you'll get disqualified, they're going to look all over your body and see, do you have any scars, anything that's out of the ordinary? They're going to lift up your arm, look on the back of your legs, everywhere. The bottom of your feet, she's going to look at everything. Then I'm sorry, y'all, I lost my train of thought. Thinking about how she was examining me like I was a piece of meat. But anyways, yeah, so she's going to examine you. Then after that, you have to get fully undressed. Now, at this point, you are in the exam room with just a doctor. So the other recruits and nurses and everybody else is walking around and is not seeing you. And mind you, when you get undressed, it's just the females together. The males have their own rooms to get undressed and, down to their underclothes. So I just want to make sure I made that clear. You are going to get fully undressed into your birthday suit. You going to get up on the table. She going to examine your breasts. And she does do a pelvic exam. It's very brief. She puts a glove on. She looks, in your private area to look for any open sores, lesions, anything like that. Like I said, it's brief. She not like all up in there like when you get your pap smear. Like, it's just her fingers. She look real quick, and she does, separate butt cheeks and look right there real quick also. So just be prepared for that. But like I said, if you get pap smears every year for, it's nothing. It's less invasive than a pap smear. So she did that, and then after that was the end of the exam. Then once she examines everyone, she comes out, and we have to do like these series of like mobility and agility. That's what I call it. I don't know what the correct term is. Tests. So, can you rotate your arms? You have full mobility in your arms. You have full mobility in your legs. Can you straighten your legs? Can you bend them to a 90 degree? We had to do duck walks. We had to, now mind you, we still in our panties and drawers doing all of this. Duck walks, walk on your tippy toes, walk on your heels. Then they have you walk fast from one end of the room to the other to, I guess, monitor your stride or whatever. I think that's what that right, yeah. And then if y'all didn't know, there is a weight requirement. Well, you can't be over a certain weight when you join in the military, and it is based off your branch of service, your age, and your height. So typically, the taller you are, the more you can weigh. The older you are, the more you can weigh. And if you don't meet those initial requirements, they do what they call tape you. So that's when they use the tape measurer to measure you to check your body fat. So you, even if you're overweight, you still can qualify if your body fat is, I guess, within whatever percentage it has to be under. So one of the girls that was there, she did have to get taped, but they just did it around her waist, and I guess that was good enough. She passed that, so they didn't have to do like the neck and I guess whatever other parts they measure. So after we did the series of agility tests, that was it. Then the doctor calls us back in one by one and let us know if we passed or failed overall. I did pass. I passed the ASVAB also the day before. After that, they sent you back to your liaison. Went back to the liaison. They did feed us lunch that day. I'm in enlisting, but I'm not going to have an MOS. I'm joining the Army National Guard, so I'm not going to be going to AIT because of my degree. I'm choosing to go the officer route. So after I go to basic training, I will be going to officer candidate school, which is called OCS. So I won't be going directly to AIT. I'll be coming back home after basic training and waiting to go to school. So that was my experience. This video was getting kind of lengthy, so I'm going to cut it off here. I will probably make another video letting you know about the other parts of my experience. And I definitely probably will do a video when I come back from basic training just to let you all know how basic training is during COVID, specifically for the Army, of course, because that's what I'm going to be joining. So if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below and I will respond. Thank you for watching and have a good day. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos.